Andrew Wiggins is officially a Cleveland Cavalier for now. Welcome to your ESPN.com headline. I'm Dario Melendez. The Cavs have officially signed the top overall pick in the 2014 NBA draft. With more on this, welcome in Brian Windhorst, our senior NBA writer. And Brian, it's a 4-year deal, but if the Timberwolves have anything to say about it, that will be served in Minnesota. The big question surrounding this signing is, what does it mean for this Kevin Love trade with Cleveland and Minnesota?
Well, it means that nothing official could happen if Wiggins was involved until August 23rd. Actually, it could be August 22nd, depending on when Wiggins actually signed the contract. He could have signed it yesterday. But either way, it's going to be 4+ weeks before you could complete a trade involving Wiggins, whether it's to Minnesota or anywhere. Also, the teams are in this moratorium period, couldn't announce a trade. So even if the Cavs and Wolves came to an agreement involving Love and Wiggins, they couldn't announce it publicly until that 30-day period is over. So this is a very rare situation. Number one, that a top 5 pick would be signed and then traded within a month's time. I mean, this is virtually unheard of in the NBA. Sometimes you see guys get swapped on draft night, but to actually have a guy this late and trade him, very rare. And then for a trade like this of this magnitude to go through a potential 30-day waiting period, I mean, anything could happen in that 30 days, and a team would just have to go by its word and wouldn't necessarily have to make it public. So it's a very odd situation, not something we've seen any time in recent history, and so how this plays out will be very interesting.
Now, is there any chance that the Cavaliers can hold on to Wiggins and obtain Kevin Love in a trade?
Yes, there's a chance, but very unlikely. The player on the Cavs that the Wolves want is Andrew Wiggins, as you can imagine, the number 1 pick in the draft. We have reported here at ESPN that the other pieces of the package would be Anthony Bennett, last year's number 1 overall pick, and a future first-round pick. The Cavs have 3 first-round picks potentially in next year's draft. One of those, depending on how it breaks down. It is possible that the Cavs could work a third team into this and trade some pieces off of their team for a player to swap for Kevin Love that would potentially interest Minnesota more. And certainly they're looking into those types of deals. But most likely, if there's a trade between these two teams, it's going to essentially be Andrew Wiggins for Kevin Love.
So the Timberwolves are definitely looking for Andrew Wiggins, possibly getting Anthony Bennett as well. But as you mentioned before, anything could happen in this 30-day period. So that being said, who are the other contenders going after Love?
Well, right now it seems like it's the Bulls and the Cavs who are serious about it. The Bulls have some pieces they could offer that potentially would be more, guys who could help the Wolves more this year. Wiggins, 19 years old, he's a project. Wouldn't hit, really contributing years, maybe for another 2 or 3 seasons. And the Bulls are in there. There are other teams definitely interested. We know that the Celtics remain interested. We know that the Warriors are out there who have made offers for Love. The Denver Nuggets are another team that have been mentioned in connection with them. But the team that we know that has the strongest and most compelling package on the table right now is the Cavaliers. And if the Wolves are interested in more NBA-ready players, the Bulls are that fallback option. Right now, those look like the 2 teams for the Wolves to choose from.
Now, has there been any discussion with Kevin Love on where he would want to go?
He definitely has some sort of say in this because he's in the last year of his contract, and he has made it clear, we've been told, that either Chicago or Cleveland would be acceptable. But because of the way the rules are written, it's a disadvantage to him to pick up his option for next season or extend his contract. So just about under any circumstances, what's most likely to happen is whoever trades for Kevin Love will only be assured of having him for 1 year. And that's what makes this risky, and that's what's kept certain teams from keeping players or putting more players in the deal, because it could be a very expensive rental. The Cavaliers, with LeBron James on their roster, LeBron is only on a 1-year contract himself. They are willing to take this risk, and that's why they have gotten furthest down the road, we believe, with the Cavs.
That's our senior NBA writer, Brian Windhorst, with the latest on the Cavs signing Andrew Wiggins and all the trade rumors surrounding Kevin Love and the Cavaliers. Remember, for your latest headlines, keep right here on ESPN.com. I'm Dario Melendez.